The next group won't be too long, and it's Group E, where I call it the group of absolute life, where there's 4 potential debutants in this group. But what's harsh about this group is that you could be a potential debutant, get to the final round, and bam, your dreams are killed. So in this group, there's Mali, Uganda, Kenya, and Rwanda, who are all potential debutants. Rwanda actually defeated Seychelles 10-0 to make it to this round.
Okay. I have Rwanda, even though I agree with you. This is like a group of life that's there's so much opportunity for one of these teams to rise to the occasion and come just 2 games away from being at the World Cup for the first time ever. In an odd way, though, that also makes it potentially very tough because there might not be like one outstanding clear favorite. But I do think Rwanda is the worst team in this group, and I have them at invalid passport.
The Rwandans won't be happy about this, bro.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but they've shown some promise. They're one of the more progressive African nations as well, and they made the final round in 2006 and 2010. Let's talk about potential debutants. Kenya, who made the final round of qualifiers in 98, 2006, and also in 2010. Talk to me about Kenya.
Well done to them on making it to the AFCON 2 years ago. They were in a group with the 2 eventual finalists, Algeria and Senegal, but they weren't able to come through that as one of the best third-place teams. Something you give them a little bit of a pass for because Algeria, Senegal might arguably be the 2 best teams in Africa right now. The Harambee Stars, I think that's their nickname. They, I can't say too many bad things about Kenya because they held Egypt to a draw in qualifying for this upcoming AFCON in 2022. So they might potentially be on the up. I think it's a little bit too much to ask for them. And I believe I have them on visa denied.
So visa denied. I have them on missed the flight, and I have what's that team? The last team there, Rwanda, on visa denied. Just so you guys know how I feel about these teams. But not much more to add on Kenya. I think it's not gonna happen. They're not gonna qualify for Qatar. They need to produce some more talented players in order to even scratch the surface, in my opinion. So we're going to move on to Uganda, who, in my opinion, are in the same, them and Kenya are neighbors, and I think it's a similar analysis of the Ugandan team. What are your thoughts?
The Cranes. I put them a little bit above Kenya. They did take a blow. They failed to qualify for this upcoming AFCON after making it twice in both 2017 and 2019. They beat Egypt, actually gave us a little bit of a scare in our World Cup qualifying group for Russia before we rebounded and beat them in the return leg. So I have them on miss the flight.
Miss the flight. For Uganda, I also have them on miss the flight. So we agree on that. Very interestingly, man, Mali. I don't understand how they haven't qualified for the World Cup yet with all the talent they have. I'm not even going to go through their team because there's so many talented players from Mali, man. Potential debutants. In my opinion, let me just say this right now. I have to actually put Mali on standby. I think they will make it. I think they are the team that will make it to the final round from this group. What are your thoughts on Mali?
Mali is possibly Africa's best chance this cycle to send a new team to the World Cup. I'm with you right there. I'm surprised they haven't done it already. You look at how the talent they produce, especially at the youth level. I mean, my goodness, Mali has made it very far in the latter rounds of under 20 and under 17 World Cups. I have them on standby, and I think they could possibly qualify for the World Cup.
Yeah, I share the same thoughts. But we are going to move on. We have a few groups left. A lot of work still left to be done. Is your group, Egypt, Group F. I hope F does not stands for EFT. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we have Egypt, Gabon, Libya, and Angola, who interestingly for Angola, they made a debut 15 years ago in 2006, but have never made it back since. They defeated Gambia to make it through to this round. They have fell off really, really hard, man. Sorry to see what happened to Angola there. So talk to me about Angola.
Yeah, Angola, you almost get the impression that 2006 was a mirage of sorts. Let's see, where do I have Angola? I have them on visa denied. I think they've really, really dropped off. They didn't make it to the last AFCON. They did very poorly. They didn't make it to this upcoming AFCON. They did very poorly in the last AFCON. I don't see them really producing anything special in this group. So I have them at visa denied, but that's only because there's another team in this group that I rate even lower. So
same here. I have them on visa denied as well. Next up, we have Libya, potential debutants. They made the final round in 1986 and 2002, and also in 2006. I think Libya had Libya did very, very well. I think it was in 86. They almost made it, and they missed out because of Morocco, if I'm not mistaken. So Libya almost made it to the World Cup back in the 80s. So that is something to note. And also that Libya and Angola did not qualify for the upcoming African Cup of Nations. Your thoughts on Libya? I think Libya are the team that you rate lower than Angola, are they?
Yeah, they are. God bless Libya, our North African neighbors and brothers. Country that's gone through a lot of turmoil in the last decade or so. Yeah, I have them at invalid passport. I think it'll take something really special for them to have a big impact on here. But now that I say that, watch us go away to them and draw 0-0 or something.
Yeah, especially since Liverpool might not release Mo Salah too, so you guys might be in some trouble.
You're telling me.
Yeah, I actually have Libya a little better in visa denied, just so you guys know. Not a lot of analysis on this Libyan team, but I give you guys some information. They did well in the 80s, and that was when Gaddafi was in charge. Not to get too political, but just to say, a lot of these countries and maybe the Libyans may feel a little bit different, but maybe the country was better off. Who knows? I don't know, but let me get into and just to touch on some of the some of the communist countries. I think going to school in America, they paint such a bad picture about communist countries because they never get to actually go in and have their say and do whatever they want. So that's why I think communist countries are painted in such bad light in America. But let's not get too controversial in the video here. Let us move on.
Comrade Dominic.
Yeah, I know, right? I know. Gabon, potential debutants. They have made the final round in 98, 2006, 2010, and 2018. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang's Gabon. Where do you have Gabon?
Even though I think they have what it takes to pip us for that first spot and make it into the playoffs, I wouldn't favor them emerging as one of the 5 teams from that field of 10. I have them on miss the flight.
Yeah, same here. I ain't rate Gabon like that at all. Aubameyang has not even been in good form, but he may show up for his country. Some players show up for their country and not for their club. So we might see that. Mario Lemina is also a very good talent. There's also some other good players in that team. And if there's any team I think could pip Egypt for that spot in the playoffs, I think it could be Gabon. So last but not least, Egypt qualified in 1934, 1990, and in 2018. For me, I have Egypt on standby. That's where I have Egypt.
Yeah.
For you.
Same.
You have them standby?
I have them on standby. I think on paper we're favorites to come through the group. It wouldn't be beyond us to mess up. But
the 2014 format still haunting as well?
Yeah, I hate that format. I have a personal vendetta against that format, and now it's back. And what's really interesting is it doesn't really matter if we come through this group in dominant fashion, or if we
Yeah.
squeak through, because just the fact that it's going to come down to those two-legged fixtures, it's always going to be in the back of my mind. So, like, come this November, if Egypt is sitting on 15 points from 5 wins, I'd be like, okay, yeah, who gives it? I don't really give a shit, because, like,
Yeah.
unless it would those wins would indicate that they're in great form, but I don't know. Yeah, stand by.
Yeah, fair enough, man. And we don't want to talk about Egypt too long, you know what I'm saying? I might lose you here for the rest of the video. You might get a little too emotional, you know what I'm saying?
I am hopeful, though. I am more hopeful this time than I was.
Oh, okay. But what about without Salah? What if Salah does not get released? Because Egypt, as we know, they're on the red list for the UK. Most African countries are, so not only Egypt will get affected. If that does happen and few countries miss out on their star players because top leagues like the Premier League, La Liga, etc. refuse to release players, because when they come back from international duties, they are required to be in quarantine for 10 days, which means they can miss important fixtures. You see what I mean? So
if that happens, we'll need the likes of Ahmed Kuka and Trezeguet and Ramadan Sobi to step up and to really provide that sort of like firepower up front without Salah. But we'll see what happens.